It's live.
Hello, Facebook.
This fun.
This is super fun. Okay, so first time doing it this way. We've just used some new technology, guys, so we're kind of excited. This is the cool part about working from home.
It's so awesome.
Kinds of new technology. So welcome, Kat. Thank you so much. We are doing our Fun Fact Saturday today, and just Kat and I wanted to just talk to you guys and have a conversation. Feel free to, post in the comments, and we'll do our best to, tell you what's going on. So we've been chatting today about how bitchin' it is that we work from home and what it took to make that happen.
Yes.
So, Kat, tell me, you just share with everybody how long ago you left corporate. What prompted that, and how are you now making an income to stay at home?
Sure. So I left the corporate gig the beginning of January, and it's May now. It feels like a lifetime ago. I can't even imagine going back. It's so much fun. And I probably work more hours now, to be honest with you, but it's on fun stuff. And then I can take a break and go out and, pet my sweet little fur babies and say hi to my granddad when he's gardening. And it's so incredible. I feel so blessed. I just can't even imagine this is my life. And I guess the journey started November 2016. I went to the GoPro conference, and I heard all these people on stage talking about this amazing industry, network marketing, and everybody said over and over again, it's not about you, it's about the people you're trying to help. And I thought, wow, this industry exists. Oh yeah, that was my red pill day. Like the Matrix, red pill, blue pill. I call that my red pill day.
For sure.
But it's been a journey. So it's May 2019. So I guess for me, the hardest part of the struggle was I was a professional in corporate. So I'm used to being the expert and coming in and making a presentation to other people. Network marketing is completely different skills. And half of what keeps you stuck is your own fears of failure, right? Fears of success, fears of failure. And so you start and you stop and you start and you stop. And without coaching, I just wouldn't have made it, honestly. But yeah, so now I make money at home. I'm writing a book. It's amazing. So it's awesome.
So, okay, well, so I'm going to back you up a little bit.
Okay.
So I think both of us were smart enough to know that making this choice without some help would likely have ended in disaster. Because I know for sure, for me, it would have. And I've bounced around quite a few jobs after leaving the corporate world about 8 years ago, just because I wanted to have more time with my family. And I thought, okay, well, I'll just reboot. Well, who knew that the recession at the time would have created a really tough environment with my skills and my education and all those things to really get a job that made sense. And I don't mean, I just mean dollar sense, right? I mean, going to find a job has not been hard for me. And I'm grateful for that. But I'm still like, when you know that you're just meant for something different, and that you really, really want to do something else.
Yes.
And God just kept pressing on me, as I know he did you.
Correct.
That you have certain gifts that were not being used well. And we can't honor God with our gifts if we don't use them.
Correct.
So I had a misunderstanding a little bit, and I might go a little left field here for a minute, but I had a misunderstanding about my skills equating to a gift. And what I learned through my pastors at my church is that your gifts are certain attributes about you that in all circumstances are constant. Right?
Yes.
And the fruits of those gifts come out in certain ways. So, for example, I have a gift in administration. Now, in your mind, you're thinking, oh, well, that's being an administrative assistant, what I did a lot of. It's the gift to be organized and organize others in any situation. In addition to that, to be able to lead, which is my second gift. So when you're for me, when I was in a work environment, yes, I used those skills with the oppression of somebody telling me exactly how they wanted it to be done.
Yes.
Which is okay. And I'm not knocking my job, because I've been so blessed to have amazing jobs. But the fruits of that, if I'm annoyed and I feel like I'm not being able to really do what I do best because it's being put into a box of whatever they think it's supposed to be. I found that even in a really great environment where I just left from, that it was not, but the fruits weren't there because it just wasn't like, this is not what I really want to do. I want to use those gifts and do what I really want to do.
Yes.
So over the last year and 5 months, I had a coach, and Coach Kebie Whitehead, for those of you who are wondering who our coach is. So I went to her because I knew I wanted to have my own business. I didn't really know how to build my network marketing business. So I initially went to her for that. And then I said, but that's just not all I want to do. And she's like, what do you want to do? And I said, I want to go back to school so I can teach people how to nourish their life. And she's like, so let's do it. And I was like, what? She said, yeah, we'll do it. And I'll help you build your business. And I'm not, sorry, let me take that back. I'll help you figure out how you want to build your business, and I will help you get there. Right. So she's never done anything for me. I've had to do all of the work, but she has held me accountable to what I want to do for the last 15 months. It's been scary, highly emotional at times. A roller coaster of belief, right?
Yes.
I know that you've gone through the same thing. So I'm hoping that people, when they're watching this, it's like, it's not easy to just jump ship from your comfort zone.
No. We've been trained since the time we were 5 when we went to kindergarten, right? What did we hear over and over again? Go make good grades so you can go to college, so you can
get a good job.
That's it. And it's like in here. And not that jobs are bad. There's a lot of people who have great jobs and they love their job.
Good job. Yeah.
I was an accountant because I was good at it. I tried to be an engineer and couldn't pass ohms and volts class. So I took a test on what you're interested in, and it said I was good at accounting and finance. And I was really good, but I really hate it. Actually, now that I'm away from it, I realize how much I hated it, and it was oppressive. And I had 2 or 3 different times I asked about moving into communications, and into HR, and I got made fun of and skewered. But I knew in my heart that what I wanted was to be a promoter of people and a lover of people and a builder of teams. And that's what God was calling me to, because I'm really good with training people. I love them. They can tell that I love them. They can tell I have their back, and they'll stick and stay. You know what I mean? But then I had to trust that I could actually put food on the table by doing what was in my heart. And it's scary when you're cutting off this, it's kind of like something's wrong with your parachute, right? You have to like cut it away and rely that the second one is going to open. It's very much the same, right? With this, you're cutting away, and I wouldn't have done it without Coach. Yeah. I went to her a year ago. So I've been with her a year. I actually prayed for God to be the CEO of my life. And within a week or 2, I found her. So I went crazy. I binge watched her YouTube, and I was like, holy crap. Because my goal was I was going to stay at work because I was making a really good salary and figure out how to do network marketing on the side. So I had an option and a plan B. Do you know what I mean? If things continued to get bad at work, not knowing that, I had a, coaching program and a book inside of me and all this other stuff. So I met her, started coaching. I went to breakthrough first because stuff needed to break off, and it has. And finally, I wouldn't have left my job without her. I wouldn't have. So I went through breakthrough. I went through art of social media because I'm scared to death. No one will believe it watching me. They're like, oh, that's #KrazyKat. I was scared to death to go online. And she the #KrazyKat all came about. All of this has all been created. Finding who I want to be, life zombie. Do you know what I mean? All of that is all within the last 12 months.
But it's what's come out of your desire to do exactly what you're talking about, and that's to help others enrich their life in some way. And not everyone has a heart for coaching, and even if they have a heart just for business and they just want to do something exciting for themselves, whatever it is, wherever this message falls on you, my recommendation would be to find someone who aligns with what you want to do and get that accountability person for you. And if they have the experience in what it is you're looking to do, even better, right? So what I'm finding is that there's more than one way to do something, and that not every coach is for you, and not every teacher is for you. And you're not always in a place to receive the things that you need to do and or hear to get where you want to go. and until you are, right? So I think about just this last year and a half, and not only am I really excited about what's going on, but I'm excited legitimately because I get to actually make money doing what I'm doing.
I know. I can't believe
motivation is still to help people nourish their life on and off the plate. My goal is to bring value to people, but that's what I do for a living, and I get to enjoy it, and I'm doing it from home.
Yes.
So,
and Coach Nicole's Nourish program, by the way, is the bomb diggity. It's you'll have to tell everybody a little bit about what it's about, but it's so good. If you're you've got some challenge in your life and you're trying to lose weight, get in shape, eat better, financially, whatever it is, right? If she touches on all the stuff around the plate, right? You're eating bad or eating unhealthy or not eating enough or not taking care of yourself or not exercising because of a bigger reason. And it's spiritual, mental, emotional, physical. And she has you, the wheel is just brilliant. The love languages, I use it all the time with my grandparents now. It's awesome. Now I know my grandma's love language. And so I can just go up there and I leave she's quality time and words of affirmation and physical touch. So I just leave my phone so I can give her quality time because she's cooking. She does an act of service so that we give her what she wants. Right. So I'll go up there and I'll leave my phone. I'm engaged in what she wants. I tell her how beautiful it was because I mean it anyway. Do you know what I mean? Before, I'm an active service person and I'm sitting there the whole time stressed out and I'm like, I need to get back to work. Da 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 da. You know, like, does it really hurt to sit here for an hour?
Nope.
Anyway, her class is awesome. Highly recommend. But yeah, so what you were saying is get a partner because if she would have started day one and said, you're going to leave your job and write a book, I would have been like, what? It was a journey. And
it would have scared me to death. And what I love about her, not only does she have the ears to hear, but she has the wisdom from experience to help you move through the limiting beliefs. Right. So I started with her Art of Social Media class because I knew I wanted to build my business online. I just didn't know anybody else that would help me do that. And I took a bunch of other classes and either I wasn't ready or I just didn't have the right alignment with the person I was working with or whatever it was, you know what I mean? And so when I met her, I was like, I like her stuff. And I did like you did. Like I went and hunted her down. Like I wanted to, let's see if she's legit. Let's see what that looks like. Let's see, so she proved to me basically, not only did she have a great social media presence and the kind of content she was putting out and all that. And I thought, okay, so she's not all biz. She has a life, you know what I'm saying? So for me, that was really important because I wanted someone who understood that I also had a life and that I wanted to have my own life. So somewhere in the middle of all the things that I've been going through, an inner circle with her has been really the key. Taking the classes have been life altering in many ways because there's just been backpacks of crap that have just fallen off of me over time because I wanted them to. I wanted to get to the next place that would allow me to become. I don't know if that makes sense.
Totally.
So
and
just
there's like a layering of fears, right? They're all completely different. I started with, and I don't know which fear you would call it, but I was scared to death of what people thought about me. And it went back to when I was a kid. And that's why I wouldn't go online. I didn't want to tell people I'd started a side business, even though I had, because I had like people made fun of me about it. Like, oh no, people make fun of me and tell me I'm crazy. And I decided to go through that one and let that backpack go. But then recently I even had the fear of success. So what if I actually grow a big team and I can't take care of them? Do you know what I mean? Which is just ridiculous because I've done it before, but these different fears will just like pop their little head up and it's just the enemy trying to stop you or whatever. But by being with a coach, she can call you out. She can see what you're going through. You still have to go through it. Like I have to let go of the backpack. She can't do it for me, but she can see that's where I am. And she pushes you as far as you can stand it at the moment and then gives you the integration time to like give yourself some grace and to see through it. Right. Yeah. So that you can let that backpack go and you go, okay, now I feel good. I'm walking a little bit lighter. Meanwhile, she knows you still have 10 more backpacks that need to go, but you're feeling good at the moment. Do you know what I mean? Because you feel a lot lighter. She's like, oh man, you just started.
You just wait. But the cool part about, and this is what I think is so much fun, not only is, Coach she just just kind of gets it, right? But she also gets that it's a community of people around us. And like, I've had the opportunity to meet you because of her, and, you know, so many other amazing people like Noelle and Wes, and, you know, all these fun people that have had really just kind of come out of the internet woodwork. And, you know, we've all had an opportunity to collaborate on all these really cool, you know, projects and business goals and different things like that. But in the same time, we've been able to pursue the things that are passionate about, right? So for me, like, you know, being a part of Zeke International was aligned with what I wanted to do to help people nourish their life, right? That aligns with what I wanted to do. But this is not the only thing that I want to do. I want to give people good quality product. It's going to work. It's awesome. And then I have this outside of all of that is this whole other experience that people go through, and knowing that it's like, I can't not, this is what I've been talking to people about my whole life, right? So I've been talking to you about the stuff that, well, what else is going on in your life that's not working? Or, you know, because I think that everyone is designed for a purpose. And I think that God has a plan for everyone, and they're gifted in certain ways where others are not. And if they will just use that, or talk with somebody so you can figure out what they are, because being talented in something is not necessarily your gift. That's what I was trying to get, you know, I mean, I have been fortunate to have some really great jobs, and I've enjoyed what they were. But I love this way more. Like, oh my goodness. And I'm busy, and I know you're busy. Like, if you're working, but here's the difference. And I think what you started this video is, it's really bitching to work from home because we're busy, and we're, you know, we are, you know, being productive and doing all those things, but it's on our own terms.
Yes.
Decide that I'm not open for business today, which would be a mistake, but let's just pretend I did. I can, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I need a mental health break. I need to go for a hike for a couple hours. I can't.
I took one last night. Yeah. Like, yeah. I'm like, Friday and Saturday nights, I watch a movie with grandma, and I just go and do that. And it's so rewarding to be able to make a difference in someone's life, and to see them smile, or to see them light up, and to realize, you know, that was always in my heart. I was just too scared to let it out. So it's really neat. It's so rewarding. Highly recommend.
You all have to follow her. If you haven't followed her on Facebook, she has the Zombie Life Diaries. She's amazing on Instagram. She's going to be writing a book, and I'll let you tell them about that. But the cool part about what she's offering, not only on her blog, but also in the class that she's going to be creating, is for corporate executives like I was. I wish I had met you, you know, at that time, and be like, oh, you mean I can do something else? What? So so tell them a little bit about the Zombie Life Diaries and the Zombie Life. And I mean, I'm just inspired by your story, number one, and two, that you are going to be helping other people do what you've done.
Yeah.
So tell us about that.
So I described the way I lived for a long time was a zombie, and I was in the car up in the morning. I'd snooze 5,000 times because I hated my job, but I'd get in the car and drive to work like a zombie. You know what I mean? Go to work, try to be nice to everybody, back in the car, and there, watch Law and Order all weekend, and start again, rinse, repeat. And I was like, there has to be more to life than this. There has to be. And so I actually went to a life coach before I joined Coach Kebie, and they helped me realize that it's kind of like your life, it needs to be balanced, which is a lot of what Nourish touches on. I love that. If you think of like you're riding through your life with tires, you've got to keep your tires full. Otherwise you have flat places, and it's spiritual, physical, mental, and emotional. And I was taking care of my mental, obviously at work, and then physical, I was jumping out of a plane, but my spiritual and emotional muscles were completely atrophied. It was bad. So I was like riding through life like ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk. You know what I mean? Because I had flat places, and I didn't understand intellectually that you had to be feeling these. Otherwise your life is going to be short circuited, and you're not going to live a full life. Yeah. And the cool thing is from the compound effect, it really doesn't take big changes. It's really small things you can do around your life. So it may be that you love your job and you're just not feeling like there's something else. It could be really small things that you could do on a daily basis to actually change the trajectory of your life, and to feel more fulfilled, and to be happier, on a daily basis without going to work like, you know, the life zombie.
Yes.
And there's a lot of them out there. I used to have a bunch of them on my team and they were sad. Like there's a bunch of sad people in the world and they're waking up and they're going, there has to be more than this. Yeah. I've done everything I was told to do and this is it? Like seriously? You know what I mean? And that's where life zombie comes from. Because I don't want anybody else to have to go through what I went through. It's awful.
And right? Well, to have the tools and someone you've been there, right? So that helps. Yes. So to go through this journey, and it's not been easy, you guys. So we're not saying that this is just like, oh yeah, quit your job tomorrow and you'll be good to go. No, you have to wrestle with all kinds of stuff. And I, you know, a good friend of mine from high school named Rachel is a business and life coach. And I had the privilege of talking to her. She's written a great book, y'all. You need to read it. And she said, you know, it's hard every day. Every day I have to be open for business. And every day I have to, you know, make sure that I'm taking care of people and giving them what they need and figuring all that stuff out. And I was just like, wow. And it didn't even occur to me that I would be in that position now 6 years later. Right. So thanks, Rachel, for the inspiration. You're amazing. And she's, you know, she's amazing. And I follow her. I just think she's great. And she basically wrote this book that, you know,
what
shared another.
Well, huh? I'm gonna have to get that book. It sounds awesome.
So good. I'll see if she get online with me. She looks so good. But she just is, you know, like it's just good.
That's awesome.
For us to be able to do what we're doing, and it takes this little village of support people that we have with us. You know, we are a product of absolutely amazing humans who've come together to really help you get what you want. And Kebie is one of those people. And I have a tribe of really amazing, supportive people in my life. And I've been fortunate that they have fallen in my lap or I was ready to have them in my life. And it's not, you know, not to say that the only person in my life who's really helped me is just this, you know, one coach, but she has absolutely changed the trajectory of my life because I was ready to be changed. Yes. I wanted to change. I wanted to get into a different place in my life where I could really start to bless others. It's not about me. It's about other people. Now at 49, if it took me that long to figure it out, I'd just love to be able to do that and teach other people that earlier in life. You take care of yourself, you can better take care of other people.
Yes. So
and I know you have that same, and you do that. And this is why I love you. It's just one of the many reasons why I love you.
So the coolest thing too about the community is that we get together on these Zooms. So I felt like I've only met Nicole in person once, right? In Summit, but it's like we know each other like we're best friends. This whole community is that way. Wes is that way. I saw him in Cincinnati a few months ago, but it was like you know what I mean? It's almost like when you meet in person, it's almost a non-event because you talk so much and we support each other so much. It's so neat. I love it.
It is.
I never would have thought that we could get that close remote like that, but you can. It's really cool.
That was the belief piece for me, right? So I've been able to establish these relationships and it's helped me have better relationships in real time with people in my local area. But to be able to have belief that this platform has allowed us to do all of those things. So I'm grateful, Facebook. Thanks, Zuckerberg. You're the bomb. So, you know, so everybody who's out there watching us, you know, we're just wanted to tell you how great, you know, number one, our coach is the programs that we've been through. She has multiple programs. Kat and I are co-coaching a group, a training called Story Sell. And it has been fantastic to watch for business purposes, audience building, whatever your deal is. You know, take a look at this class. If you want more information, let us know. We're having a great time collaborating with it. It's just one of the fun things that we get to do to, you know, help you all get where you want to go. So really thanks for getting on today, Kat. I just love your story and I can't wait for, you know, what you have coming next. And if you're not following her, people, KrazyKat Mack, follow her. Find her.
Thank you.
Some amazing things over there. I mean, she's good, people. She's good. You want to know what she knows.
And Coach Nicole as well. Look for Nourish. There's all kinds. This lady, her knowledge on diet, your body, like the whole thing. It's really, really awesome. So
Thank you,
Highly
love.
recommend.
Okay, guys, we'll be signing off. Have a great afternoon.
Bye. See you later.